friends, and welcome back to my crafty space where I share my memory keeping projects and processes with all of you. If this is your first time here, hello and welcome. My name is Crystal and I am super excited that you guys are here today. Today I am going to work on a project that I started back in January, which is a documentation of the books I have read for book club. So I actually never created my cover page for the year's book club pages. So I am going to be working on that today using some printables from Feature Craft, as well as some embellishments, and then a couple of like an acrylic piece and a wood veneer from Colorcast Designs, which I will link all that stuff down below. I know that these are no longer in stock. Actually, I think most of this is no longer in stock, but you can still get the Feature Craft kits called Page Turner digitally. So that option is still there. Now I do have a process video already for the little pockets, the pockets for each month, and I am also going to be filling in the first 4. So I've got my book covers printed off already and my little book reviews printed off already. So now I just need to make everything in its tag shape so it can go into those pockets. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So we're going to work on the cover page and we're going to fill in the books for the first third of the year. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with this project. So to get this page started, the first thing I'm going to do is create a foundation page that I can adhere all of my pieces to. So I'm going to take that white cardstock that you see right here and cut it down to the full page size, which is 6.825 by 8.25 tall. So wide by tall. And so that's the same size as the rest of these book club pages, which also is the same size as a page protector. Then I will use that as the base to put all of these pieces onto. I didn't actually print any of them at the full size. I probably could have, but you know, it's okay, whatever. Instead, I'm just going to adhere them down onto here. It'll end up giving it more structure and stability anyway, so it's fine. So that first piece there was an altered card from Feature Craft. It's like this grayish book pattern, and I thought that it would make a really great, like, subtle background paper or background pattern for the rest of my page. Then I used that stripe piece and a green pattern that were also both from Feature Craft to create like a strip that's going to go on the left hand side of my page. My idea for this page actually is to create the look of a cover of a book, right? So this is all about books. So I thought it would be kind of cool if it looked like it was actually the cover of a book. So the stripe piece is made to look like the spine. And then I also have the Books of 2020 acrylic right there, which is going to be my title, but it doesn't stand out very well from the book background paper. So what I decided to do was pull out that lighter pink color and then this blue color from, just my stash to create some area where I could, put my title down and have the title pop out from the page. So I layer those guys up. Now I'm also using score tape. So you will see that I will skip over a lot of my taping and removing the backs of taping because there's a lot of it. I ran out of my roller adhesive and I have some in the mail that's hopefully going to be here tomorrow, but I wanted to get this page done today. And just didn't feel like waiting for my roller tape. So score tape it is. I actually like score tape. It just takes a lot more time. So it's okay. So I put down the pieces. I put that title piece down first, and then I'm putting down the spine. And can't you tell here? I put that spine down crooked. So I have to carefully, I don't have to, but I just couldn't stand it because everything on this page has straight lines. So I just felt like that stuck out like a sore thumb. So I carefully peeled it off of the paper. I did rip some of the paper, so you'll see I have to add a little bit more adhesive to the back of that straight piece. But the paper that rips is not a big deal because it's stuff that's going to be covered right back up anyway. So then I am going to position this page on my cutting mat within the lines and use that as a guide to place down the striped strip so that it is actually straight this time. I will also pull over my paper trimmer and just clean up the lines as best that I can. It's so much better. It's so much better when it's on there straight and even. So I'm glad that I did that. Then once I have that done, next I'm going to go ahead and decorate the front of this. So I have pulled out a couple of embellishments that I want to use on the front cover of this page. I actually pulled them out when I very first got this kit because they were some of my favorites. I knew I wanted to use them. And so I had set them to the side and put them in an envelope to work on this thing for like months, and finally decided to pull it out and get it done. Before I actually adhere any of the embellishments down though, I will go ahead and hole punch the edges just so, nothing, not that actually anything's going to go over there, but just so I can get that out of the way. Now, to get these pages adhered to each other, I typically do use score tape in between my pages. And that's just to help me with having a little bit more control over putting them together. And also because I feel very confident that it's going to stick together and stay stuck together. So what I do is I put the tape everywhere and then first take off the backings of the pieces next to the holes. Then I can line those pieces up and adhere them together and then take off the rest of the score tape backing and adhere the rest of it together. And so it makes it easier for me to make sure that everything is aligned properly. So now we're going to go ahead and add some embellishments. So the Books of 2020 title that you see there is a piece that I purchased from Colorcast Designs, as well as the wood veneer piece that says currently reading. Those both came from Colorcast Designs. I know that those are currently out of stock, but Jessica typically stocks her book stuff, her book themed products in the beginning of the year. So I made sure to grab mine this year. I also grabbed them last year because I just loved all of her book things. Then the other three pieces, so the books on the shelf, this read more speech bubble, and the introvert mode little banner there, and the girl. So four embellishments, the other ones. Those are all from the page turner kit. They were an ephemera pack that came with the main kit. I do not think that they are offered digitally. In fact, I'm like 99% sure that they are not offered digitally. But they were super fun. I really loved the bookshelf one, and I really loved the girl reading. So those were like the first picks that I grabbed out to have on this cover. And then the title here, I'm just adhering down at the top. All of this, I didn't want to mess with score tape, so I just used my Tombow Mono liquid adhesive to put everything down. It worked perfectly fine. So everything's good, and now we can flip this over and get to work on the actual book tags. So the remaining 3 pages for this project I have already done, and I actually do have a process video for those. If you're interested, I can link that up at the eye for you. So then I created these little pockets with the intention of printing out the covers of my books and a small review where I could insert those for the books that we read during book club, which we meet once a month to read, 1 book a month. So in January, I can take you through the books, and that way if you guys need some suggestions, maybe you'll get some ideas from here. In January, we read a book called Lamb by Christopher Moore. It is a religious satire. It's not like It's not offensive. It's not demeaning. It's actually really cute and heartwarming. But it's definitely got some really, really like cry laughing funny moments in it. I super loved it. In February, we read Elise Joy's Big Dreams, Daily Joys book. Super loved that one too. It's all about productivity, which is something I am obsessed with. And talking about goal setting and breaking goals down into smaller goals to make them more accomplishable. And yeah, it just was a really good read. Super loved it. In March, we read the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, which is a historical fiction book about the island of Guernsey, which was occupied by the Germans during World War II. And it's just, again, a heartwarming story with characters that you fall in love with. And I don't know. I loved it. It was a great book. Honestly, all of the books we've read this year so far have been really good. And then this past month, we just read The Shining by Stephen King, which, fun fact, I've actually never seen that movie before. And I had ideas of what it was about, but honestly, I had no idea. Like after reading it, I really had no idea what that story was about, and it was super good. I love psychological thriller type books. I just don't particularly love scary movies. So I'm thinking we'll probably watch it now that I've read it because that takes away the scary factor. But yeah, it was super good. It was a very good book. Okay, so the tag books are done and this page is complete, so let's slow back down. All right, you guys, so that finishes this project for today, and it turned out super cool. I had the idea of making this cover page look kind of like the cover of a book, and I think that this pretty much accomplished that. I really like it. It's simple, but it's pretty. And then I'm really excited to get these all filled in with their books. Like, it's super cool. I love this idea for documenting my book club books. So this will be so fun to look back on in the years to come and be able to, pull them out and just see what my review was, and super fun. So I hope that this was entertaining for you guys. I hope that you got some inspiration out of it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, any of the products or the links that I mentioned in this video, I will put down in that description box below in case you guys want to check that out. So thank you guys for watching today, and I will see you again tomorrow for the next tutorial in the layer template series that I have going on right now. So if you guys want to learn more about hybrid or digital scrapbooking, make sure you stop by tomorrow and check out the next tutorial. Okay, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye now.